episode of my let's be real, Call of Cthulhu playthrough series. I'm going to try to do this in a straight shot. So this, as you can put it in the see in the title, could this be finale? Who knows? Well, let's see what happens. But before we get into it, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you smash that like button. Also hit that subscribe button, guys who are new. Definitely share out the content. Every little bit helps to grow the channel. But with that being said, let's just kind of jump right into it. All right. Let me just fix all of that. There we go. Camera's all fixed. There we go. All right. All right, let's enter the madness, shall we? All right.
Who goes there? That nightmare again. I need a drink.
I saw that was a fun ending. All right. Where do I go?
Fine. Do what you want. I'm just trying.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
What?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
I have flashbacks. They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
There was that Dr. Fuller and a nurse. Blood everywhere. My legs. The pain. I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something. I woke up at the Institute. Bradley was there.
And how you scared us. You seemed demented.
You likely woke up during the anesthesia. No wonder those memories haunt you. What in God's name were they doing to you?
What happened afterwards?
When I woke up the second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor. After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients of the Riverside Institute. Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells. An infernal machine. Horrific medical experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a thing.
You should believe it, Ethan. What Mr. Pierce saw is precisely what I've been trying to prove. Did you discover anything else?
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
Maybe.
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
Yo, what up? What up?
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be
He's right.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Alright, so we got 3 character points available. Let's increase the spot. Alright, there we go. There's Sandy's. It's getting there.
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
Alright, so we're on to the Sanders residence. Okay. Now this... Alright. Alright, let's enter the
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here. You know each other.
Our paths crossed. Briefly, the brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island.
You're investigating Francis' death.
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story...
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
Ain't that the... Much is an understatement. I don't know that for a fact.
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this?
He started raving, screaming that a dimensional
what up, normal guy?
shambler had found him.
Oh, mercy, that story again. Why have him interned?
That was when he began to convulse and twist with pain. Or terror, it's hard to tell.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not really sure of what I saw, or what I didn't see. But it's best that you...
I should have been there. What you're telling... I need to understand. How could this happen? Did you not do anything?
So ask Fuller, he's the eminent doctor. But I would caution you, you'll find his treatments more terrifying than the illnesses he sets out to cure.
That churl no longer takes the trouble to receive me. He sends his secretary to tell me that I cannot see Francis. He must think that I am a terrible wife for having abandoned him in such a way.
I'm not here to condemn you, Mrs. Sanders.
Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life. Who else?
It is my only lead.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery.
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders.
Well, great.
The day the shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Oh, good God. Okay, interesting. Let me get to this cup right here.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
Okay.
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
There.
A house of artists.
No, it's... Whoa, hello.
He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
Maybe. That's what...
She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel?
Alright, let's see what...
She despises Sarah Hawkins, but it's the painting she truly hates. Why? The Shambler. I need to see it.
Oh, it's locked.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
Oh, that's locked. Excuse me? Hello? Whoa, hello. Nice. So I think it's this door. Nope. No, that's the front door. It's gotta be in here. Right? Nope. Yeah, you gotta try every door. Nope, not any of that. Where's the damn door to the goddamn gallery? Alright, this is ridiculous. There we go. Oof. Yeah, no thank you.
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Good God. Oh boy. So what am dude, why are you back? Oof. So what am I supposed to... Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to destroy the painting, I guess? Oof. Eyes are gonna keep you up at night. Good God. So what am I... So let's do this. There we go. So,
What the hell was that?
alright. Let me check the objective. So one, okay. Okay, I'm guessing I... Okay, this is ridiculous. Alright, so... Nope. Okay, this doesn't make any sense to me. Alright, this is ridiculous. Give me 1 second, guys. Right. Okay, that makes sense.
What the hell was that? Damn! Did it hear that? Maybe I can use this dagger. What the hell was that? Damn. Did it hear that? Maybe I can use this dagger. Damn it! This dagger didn't work. This dagger looks different.
What's the matter with you? Don't tell me that
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting it down.
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a... You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it, from what I saw.
The creature. This dag. If Hawkins was trying to get rid of this shambler, this antique dealer.
You've got your spunk back.
Where is the bookseller? What does this strange book contain? This book contains unholy knowledge. The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion. An old diary. Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century. What happened here? Let's start over. Where did the blood? Seems like amateur work. Someone tall left his footprint. A man, probably. No sign of struggle. If the burglar smashed this jar, it wasn't intentionally. Was he hurt then? What happened that made the burglar? What sort of thief leaves his tools at the... What killed all these animals? What the... Charles Hawkins? Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. Where did I see it? What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe. Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case. Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe. Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills? What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet? Arkham editions. Never. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham editions. Arkham editions. Never heard. How many volumes are there in this collection? Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them. Kind of chalice. Things are not looking good.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about that? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular... So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his... What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Holden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What?
He's busy.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can. Mr. Blake,
There's nothing we can.
did you inject him with a tranquilizer?
No, Doctor. Not me, not anyone. Our stock is.
Again? But there was enough for the whole island.
More and more people are suffering from insomnia.
Of course.
Any idea?
Very well. I'll examine him. His abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky. 30-year-old subject, severe hypothermia, erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums, necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, severe malnutrition. Slight protuberances seem.
So, Doctor.
I'm not sure I have the necessary.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy.
Some of his symptoms are.
What did you.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail, and you won't believe.
He seemed to feel.
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, but that doesn't.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean?
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body and this transformation is...
Where could he have got...
I pray that it's...
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing?
Let us calm down. I've done to him what I do to all my...
You're
There.
These are alarming symptoms.
Do you believe that? I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing.
No, Doc.
Really?
He's changing.
Fascinating. Your reaction, it's your innocent worry.
For this man,
I have to...
I will not.
You disappoint in the meantime.
Was that a threat?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder, and one of our profession's. My word is of no weight against his.
It's scandalous.
Oh, that evidence. I need to find...
And where would you find...
I'd rather not think about...
Of course, Doctor.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again.
And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan.
Let's hope I can go through the administration office.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
And just wait and see the next time the water's cut off. It's a real show.
Dr. Colden, do you want something?
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured.
That won't be necessary.
I will tell. Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs.
No,
but
that I will.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And
It's
I'm the one who
temperamental,
pays.
if I understand
What a
correctly.
pest. It's so unfair.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Dr. Colden?
Dr. Colden, we need you at once.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having...
I'll see to it.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see...
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients.
Rules are rules. Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they get what they want. As a matter of fact, yes.
Oh.
You should go...
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
I thought we trusted each other.
Really, Marie? Can you swear to me that you're not intending something reckless?
It's because I respect you that I won't lie to you.
Is there something I should know?
You better tell me about your symptoms.
I have nightmares. They keep me awake. It seems stupid.
Actually...
No. It's like I'm
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you...
I don't know yet. Everyone...
Really?
We don't have it.
Oh.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling. His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight, and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma?
Excuse me?
So take care of the...
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
I don't have any business in the boiler room.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this...
Elizabeth? You all right?
Because, as always, and the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new...
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time, so every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doc. Everything all right?
All is well, Elizabeth.
Thank God. No.
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doc.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly. We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order, though, but Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Fuller. We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks. The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high. The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
Don't go falling over. That would be stupid.
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen. She came in with a kidney problem, but we...
I'm sorry.
Well, is there anyone else?
She's our only family, you know?
Don't worry. I'm aware our institution is not always welcoming. But your mother is in good hands. I'll tend to her myself, and keep you informed at once. Would that suit you?
Well, that sure sounds...
But those are just words.
Very well. Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
Doctor, those people need you at the dormitory.
I'll tend to it. Don't worry. The boiler room key is not in its place. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him. This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him? This place draws you in and never lets you go.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair. Everything all right, Dr. Colden?
All is well, Elizabeth.
Thank God, no.
Come now. Don't let that witch sap...
I'm trying. Sometimes I imagine...
Her courage...
Thank you, Doc. Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag.
Dr. Colden?
Hello, Betty.
What for?
To put it in its place. Perhaps I should do the same with you.
I beg you.
I suspect you of having a little too... But be warned. It could easily be...
You are... The key is in the dormitory office in Block B.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait. can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly. We're running out of this.
I know, Doctor.
Once again.
Can't you do...
Donovan, take... The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
I think that you're needed in Block B, Doctor.
He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Dr. Colden?
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about? Yes,
it's the old whaling.
The one that hides the smuggling business.
Oh, no, not them. Everyone in his and me.
What did you...
Nothing.
And that's how...
Perhaps. I'll just...
Hay fever. What's he doing here?
Dr. Colden?
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. It's so unfair. Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation. In theory, this is where we hang the key to the boiler room.
Doctor, those people need you at the dormitory.
I'll tend to it. Don't worry.
Dr. Colden?
Intoxication from breathing organic vapors. Ah, so there's Harding. She's still sleeping. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable, but Fuller was able to save her kidney. Is everything all...
Yeah,
I will work...
Oh.
So, Doctor...
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. Her kidneys are as new.
Are you talking about the same...
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since...
An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects. Chronic insomnia. Like half the island.
I'll just sleep a bit more.
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble. I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion. It's temperamental, if I understand correct.
Dr. Colden,
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets courage.
At last, the missing files must be hidden here. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something. Patient files. I was right.
Conclusions. Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. I must go back to the basement.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Oh, I swear I'll shoot!
I came to this island to investigate a death, and ended up in your shop.
How convenient.
I'm serious. I saw the broken glass, the book.
Have you read it?
Answer the...
Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Let's go back to this. Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait! No one knows the occult better than me. You might need...
All right. All right. I might need you.
Perfect. Now go!
Thank you, Drake. I pray that Colden is really here. And alive. An old diary. Right. Enough time wasted. Colden needs me. I must find her. No! No! My God! What is happening to me?
What was that? It's as if I'd been transported somewhere else.
What happened? Something has changed, but what?